I've spent the past few months making LlamaSweeper, which is my minesweeper website. It's got some really cool features that don't exist in any other minesweeper clone. I think it's got something for everyone, although in particular, efficiency players will really like it. This video will be a tour of the different parts of my website. We have regular minesweeper over here. Nothing too crazy. It does show some statistics when you win or lose. You can also change the variant up here. So normal, that's regular minesweeper. Eff Boards, this has some special board generation for practicing efficiency. Board editor, this lets you place mines and then play the board. Zini Explorer, this is a tool for finding the minimum number of clicks that it is possible to solve a board in. Mean openings, this is a game mode for practicing pattern recognition with higher numbers. In Minesweeper, there is a concept called efficiency, which is a measure of how much stuff is solved per click. Lots of players like to practice efficient play, but not all boards are good for this. We can see that the game on the left is played very efficiently, but it is not possible to do for the game on the right. I made a variant for practicing efficiency. This generates boards like the one on the left, where high efficiency is always possible. This is the Eff Boards variant. You can see here it is set to generate boards of 200% efficiency. Let's play a game to show what this means. So, go like this, that, this. Okay, so you can see here I got 217%, and if you don't know where this comes from, this is just a measure of how effective your clicks are. So I solved 26 free BV in 12 clicks, so 26 divided by 12 gives this. Let's change the threshold to show what else it can do. So we'll set this to 225 and turn on this stuff so it can generate boards in the background. Right, so let's play this out. Okay, so that's 225%. This one, 233. After you play a game, it is possible to watch it back using the replay feature. So we'll click the watch button here, and you can see there is a replay option here. There are some other options. These relate to efficiency, which not everyone finds interesting, so I'll show them at the end of the video. So let's click on the replay, and you can see there's a regular looking replay here. We can scrub around, we can change the speed. Let's change that back. You can also go click by click, so backwards and forwards. There's also a cool little trick. So if you click anywhere on the board, say we'll click by this one here, it will take you to when that square was opened. So we'll do that. We'll click up here. We'll click down here. We'll click over here. QuickPaint is a tool that lets you annotate the board. It also automatically marks mines that can be found through trivial logic. You can see here we have a region that appears to need guessing. I will click the QuickPaint button. You can see it's automatically marks the mines. The mine counter is also reduced to 2. So we know it cannot be like this because that uses too many mines. It has to be like this. You can also place other marks. So like this. This is explained in the help button here. So let's press Q to get rid of QuickPaint and complete the board. If you're wondering about this stuff up the top, this isn't part of QuickPaint. This actually comes from the board editor. So like you can place mines and stuff like that. The external resources page can be found on the top menu. This is a collection of minesweeper links that I find interesting. So for example, we have sudo sweep. I've given it a 4.7 personal rating. This site is a cross between Sudoku and Minesweeper. Below the board, you'll find a bunch of settings. In particular, I want to draw your attention to the mobile settings. So if you use a phone or tablet, you'll want to make sure that mobile mode is ticked. This does two things. Firstly, it gives you a button here for toggling flagging. And secondly, it enables multi-touch. So multi-touch is when you tap the board with multiple fingers at once, all the taps will be registered. Although I should warn that your experience with this may vary. I found that it worked perfectly on my phone, although occasionally on my iPad mini, sometimes taps would be ignored, which I can only assume is down to the browser or operating system just assuming a touch is accidental. A common issue with Minesweeper on mobile is that it's very easy to accidentally scroll the board. I've added an option here for disabling scroll. This works fine on small boards, although for larger boards where you still need to scroll, I prefer to use the scroll on interior option. This means that whenever you drag your finger on the solved part of the board, it will scroll, but if you drag your finger on the unsolved part of the board, it won't scroll. And there are two different versions, so if you play with flags, you want the flag version, and if you play without flags, you want the NF version. Zini Explorer lets you work out how to solve a board in the minimum number of clicks. Let's import a game from Minesweeper Online. So I use this button here. If you don't see it, you'll need to enable the Zini stat. I copy this. Let's import that here. Let's make this a little bit smaller. And then you can click the Deep Chain Zini button. It should run through the game pretty quick. So this means that this board can be solved in 47 clicks. You can also watch back the replay here. The other thing you can do with Zini Explorer is you can try out different solutions. For example, if I go like this, it says 124% efficiency, which is what I'd get if I then left-click all the remaining squares. You can also click on moves again to undo them, and you can change the mode to chain, which chords everything at once and is smart about placing any flags that are needed. I'll play a quick game to show some more efficiency features. Right, so you can see I did pretty badly. I took 10 clicks, but all these Zini algorithms take 8 clicks. Let's watch the click loss replay. So this compares my gameplay against 100 chain Zini and shows where I made mistakes. So you can see this flag is highlighted in red because it's actually better to flag up here. And you can see this chord is highlighted in red because it's actually better to chord here. You can also watch how different Zini algorithms play the game. So, for example, here's WOM Zini. WOM Zini is just what Minesweeper Online uses. WOM is the old name of that website. I'm on the mean openings variant. This gives you harder patterns by filling in the openings with mines. You can also make it harder by increasing the opening target mine density. Yeah, so that's the website. I hope you like it. I'm still developing it, so I may add more things in the future, but also there might be bugs. If you want to play it, you can do so right now. It's at LlamaSweeper.com. Happy sweeping!